Morning, everybody. I'm going to make fewer and fewer videos regarding subjects that don't directly affect me or, in my opinion, the black community. But certain videos that I believe are of importance, I'm going to continue to make. This is one of them. And it has to do with immigration and illegal residents. I'm not going to call them aliens because they're human. Illegal residents of the country. Now, again, I don't have a dog in this fight, but it should be of interest to a lot of people. Now, there is a quote-unquote theory that black people really aren't all that interested in immigration, and then there's another theory that they are, and that they really are on the side of Trump as far as removing illegal residents from the country, which it's been indicated that the black community believes with illegal residents removed that their economic plights will improve. I'm not on either side of that because as far as I have been able to discern, there's not really a lot of data on what the removal of illegal residents would do as far as black people are concerned. I know what it would do as far as the overall economy is concerned. It would help to tank it. But anyway, want to get into this particular clip regarding the Dreamers, DACA, etc.
Donald Trump's election is bringing uncertainty to more than 700,000 undocumented young immigrants brought here by their parents. We're talking about those who have signed up for DACA, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program. Now, this allows them to work and study without deportation fears. DACA was an executive action by President Obama, something Trump has vowed to undo once he enters the White House. So, joining me now, Alma Rosa Nieto, an immigration attorney and legal analyst. She is here to talk about all this. Good morning to you. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning, Betty.
Okay, so according to the LA Times, Chris Kobach, a member of Trump's immigration policy transition team, said that they could increase deportations by, 75% during his first year in office. They could do that in part by targeting DACA. So why is this group in particular so vulnerable?
Very vulnerable because, of course, the Immigration Service has all their information, including their parents. Mother and father are noted in the application. Their information, like I said, is in the bank, in the data bank, as well as in driver's license, Department of Vehicles data bank as well. These are people, it's a vulnerable class, regardless of where you stand on the immigration issue. They've been brought here as babies, many, or as young children, and they've been here all their lives. They've been educated in this country, and many have graduated from college and have made an enormous impact in the U.S. economy. And now to suddenly take this work permit from them because it's not a green card and maybe deport them is of quite concern to the immigrant community as well as to immigration attorneys.
Oh yeah, it's got to be frightening because, you know, for them, they were going according to what they were told. Hey, you sign up for this program, we will give you the opportunity. Now that very information could be used against them and could get them deported. So what advice are you giving to these 750,000 dreamers who are already in the system?
First, don't panic. The Constitution protects all citizens, whether they are nationals of this country or whether they are guests or whether they are undocumented. They do have rights. They can pursue relief in an immigration court. As many know, the immigration courts are so backlogged. 400,000 cases are on wait.
All right, let me stop this right there. Those DACA people are in deep trouble. Okay, and that's an unbiased view. They are in deep trouble. The day that Donald Trump walks into office, that day he can negate every single executive order that Barack Obama has signed, i.e. the end of the DACA program. Okay, what does that mean? That does not invalidate the ability of people to continue to work and go to school under the previous DACA plan, that means that there will be no new reinstatements of previous DACA approvals. Okay? So once your previous approval expires and they have obviously all your information, they can merely come to your house and grab you up. Now, add to that, when they talk about being able to increase deportations by 75% just by targeting the DACA people, excuse me, there are tons of openings that have not been filled in the immigration courts. All they need to do is to fill those positions in the various federal courts, including the immigration court. They theoretically could easily double the number of cases that are coming through there. Now, if you believe Donald Trump at his word, the first people that they're going to go get are obviously the criminals. And in my mind, that is obviously not a bad thing. I don't think there are too many people that would argue about deporting criminals, people with criminal records. Now, obviously, there's always, a little gray area where, they caught you jaywalking or they caught you driving without a driver's license. In my mind, that's a gray area as far as the criminality of it. But in truth, it is a crime to drive without a driver's license. It's a crime to jaywalk. So they're going to concentrate on all those people with more than likely, with any type of criminal record. Okay, it's not going to take them that long if they beef up the federal courts and the immigration courts. It's not going to take them that long to work through that, okay? Because your record is, your conviction is your proof of guilt. Now, once they get through with those people, they are going to have the ability to turn on these DACA people who were unable to renew their DACA permits. They are, in fact, illegal. So, yeah, they have a lot to worry about. That 400,000 case backlog, if the proper actions are taken, is going to drop down dramatically. And it is going to get to the point where they are able to start going after these DACA people. So yeah, they got a lot to worry about. And even this woman later in this particular interview is going to state that people that are just becoming of age in order to apply for DACA, she's even going to indicate that they should wait to see exactly what goes down with this.
So to get to see a judge to request relief or to be removed from this country may take years. So I'm obviously advising these applicants that if they do get a notice to voluntarily depart, is to sign up and ask for attorney advice, go see a judge and request relief. And many can maybe perhaps buy time. Some have ways of adjusting their status from DACA to maybe a permanent green card and then to citizenship. So of course seek advice ASAP.
So should DACA be avoided at all costs at this point? I mean, what are you advising to those who are considering applying for the program but have not yet?
You damn right it should be avoided. If you're an illegal resident of age 15 or getting ready to become age 15 or greater, there's no way that you put a gun to your own head and hope that they don't pull the trigger. So there's a lot of people out there, young people, who in my opinion, if they want to give themselves a fighting chance, need to avoid DACA until it becomes absolutely clear how this is going to work.
Well, you have to have a minimum age of 15 to apply for the first time. So many young children are turning 15 and are asking, should I apply? And I'm saying, why don't we hold off and see what this administration is really going to do? They're taking a back step on Obamacare. Perhaps there'll be some consciousness in the White House as to whether or not this group, this innocent group, should be persecuted and deported. And so I'm saying maybe just wait a little. Now, those that are already applied, they have your information. Why not renew the work permit, and let's just wait and see as well.
Yeah, if you're already in the system, and you can renew before Trump takes office, you need to run your butt up in there and get your stuff renewed as quick as possible, because that will give you a 2-year window before any action can legally be taken against you.
Should you also be concerned if you've signed up for some of these state programs that give licenses to undocumented workers? Could they also be targeted?
Well, I'm not too concerned about the licenses for maybe certain practices or professions or skills. I'm more concerned about the driver's license, because that bank of information is open to ICE. So some states that allow for driver's license for undocumented people, of course, that information is a free-for-all for the Department of Justice.
All right, Omarosa Nieto, I thank you for your insight this morning. We do appreciate it.
Thank you.
And for more on the role of Latino voters in this election, let's bring in Steve Cortez. He's a Republican strategist and was a member of Trump's National Hispanic.
All right, I'm going to do a little separate video on Steve. So, in my opinion, these DACA kids are in trouble. They're going to be in trouble because Trump is going to be trapped between a rock and a hard place. He has campaigned about getting rid of 11 million illegal residents. He seemed to backpedal a bit by prioritizing where and who he was going to go after, i.e., we're going to get rid of the criminals first, and then we're going to look at everybody else. Finishing that statement, then we're going to look at everybody else and prioritize out of this group, who do we believe has value and who do we want to kick the hell out of here. That's my take on it. Again, just my take. So, yeah, let's say there are 4 million, I'm not even that high. Let's say there are 2 million criminals out of the 11 million illegal residents. And I think even 2 million is high. But let's say there are 2 million. If they beef up the immigration court system, and as soon as the criminal court is done with these illegal residents, they are immediately shifted over to immigration to get them out of here. That can be a quick process because there is no defense for being here illegally, and especially if you're a criminal. So that will be a faster process. It will be slower when dealing with non-criminal illegal residents, because they're going to more than likely allow them to make their case to stay. Now, if you got a young adult who has come through high school, graduated college, and has, you know, a great job. I'm not talking about manual labor. I'm talking about a great job in tech or finance, or, you know, a really, really good, well-paying job that, in their opinion, contributes to the economy. Those people are more than likely going to be allowed to stay. And they're probably, you know, don't quote me, but they're probably going to make a way for them to become permanent residents, if not citizens. For other people who are just working as day laborers, I guess, or, you know, some low-level job that doesn't require, you know, a lot of education or a lot of skill, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that those people are going to have a much harder time staying in this country, and it's going to be much harder for them to obtain citizenship. Now, sooner or later, the Republicans are going to come out of power. The Democrats are going to come back in, and they're going to railroad a path to citizenship for legal residents that were allowed to stay through the Trump years and whoever else. But it's going to be a rough 4 years for a bunch of these people.